for you? What's the science? What's today's one?
Yeah. This is, by the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah. I'll tell y'all who that was.
Stealing chains now?
Yeah. Not really steal.
Does it mean anything to you though?
Yeah, a little bit.
I saw 50 was talking about something like that in an interview recently. I hate when I think back to that time where I was at in life.
So, you know, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, you know, my album is about to drop, and they're not really happy about, you know, Lord, give me a sign, and, you know, we in here, and, you know, things of that nature. But you know what?
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. He started getting Grammys left and right, man.
The kids even have Grammys. They don't sing yet. They don't sing. They don't rap yet.
I watched 50 saying that 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than
Nothing bigger, and nobody came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had.
So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get Jay got all of them.
Eminem is pursuing Beyoncé and Jay Z with no holds barred. Beyond simply supporting 50 Cent and his ongoing feud with the Carters, he is taking on a lot more. In addition to ignoring other artists, M alleges that Jay Z and Beyoncé damaged their careers behind the scenes. When Jay Z attempted to prevent 50 Cent from performing at the Super Bowl, he and Eminem got into a fight. M is now more vocal than ever because it did not sit well with him.
Why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop.
And this shit coming out. My shit coming out.
I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right at the time.
He criticizes the questionable power struggles in the business and claims that certain celebrities will do anything it takes to maintain their fame. According to him, they silence anyone who tries to shine too brightly. The list of opportunities allegedly lost because of Beyoncé and Jay Z is concerning. While some people thrived, iconic figures like Big L, DNX, and Aliyah passed away far too soon. Some claim that the Carters are connected to the sudden disappearance of artists like Emery and Kira Hilson, whose careers halted unexpectedly.
But that video with Marshall and Haley, this is so crazy. There was points that we was receiving wow offers. Like they'll go, 50 Cent Eminem, this is out for tour opportunities. He would go, nah, I just don't want to go and come back and fix girl.
I don't want to miss my daughter, man. Right? And I'm like, yo, because I was like, yo, you didn't hear how much money they just had? Why do you want to stay here? I didn't understand it when he was saying it, but then later, like, I went to a wedding. And I'm like, yo.
Why are well-known artists like 50 and Eminem going public at this time? How many artists were blacklisted after the decline of the Carter influence? And what is really happening behind closed doors? One should not interpret Eminem's absence from social media as indifference. He's making his stance clear. Furthermore, he expresses strong dislike toward musicians like Beyoncé and Jay Z for using others to maintain their status.
That's the issue. You really might have some feelings towards me. That is just every day I got an issue. You show up around it. So, I mean, if you go, like, forget music. Because the music ain't usually my motivation. My motives come off the curb. So if you sit in and keep being around, let's go.
This is rather personal for Eminem. The music industry is not just drama. M sees 50 Cent as family for life, not just a friend. Their bond goes way back. Last year, 50 even shared that he got emotional at Eminem's daughter Haley's wedding. That's real love. Since the tension between 50 and Jay Z has been brewing for years and doesn't look like it's ending, it's safe to say he's not sending Jay Z any holiday greetings. Loyalty is everything. If you support my adversaries, you're not on my side. It's as simple as that.
So I think they still
hard-busting energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You start looking at that's.
In the early 2000s, M and J collaborated on a few tracks, but the vibe shifted when M discovered that J had been quietly undermining 50 and trying to ruin his career. In 2023, 50 opened up about it. He openly criticized Jay Z for using his NFL connections to stop 50 from appearing at the Super Bowl. It didn't go as Jay planned, and N didn't back his actions. On 50's birthday, N stepped in and made a bold statement to the NFL.
But you feel like you had to sell your soul to get them. And you didn't know if you wanted it for the recognition or the trophies, but then what's the difference? You know, and that Grammys pretty much suck the blood of artists and nominate them, have them come to the shows. And
which they do.
Is that
with every figure there, yeah. And I'm just tired of seeing it. And for whatever reason, it's like they're always pitching this hint that you might win Album of the Year, which is...
The Carters have also been targeted by Eminem and 50 Cent during the Grammy Awards, and they're not holding back. Jay Z and Beyoncé have been accused of accepting praise they didn't earn by using backstage influence. Jay Z has also been accused of benefiting from his relationship with Beyoncé to boost his career. Eminem has long maintained that the Grammys are not genuine. He believes it's a pay-to-win show and stated that he's done attending them.
Not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than...
Nothing bigger, and nobody since maybe like Snoop came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had. And then he doesn't get it. And then I get up there another year, and what was it, the Eminem show? And it was like, whatever. I'm fine if I lose to Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't look to get us all here to use your selling point for your flipping show and stiff everybody every single time. And I said, after that point in time, I was like, don't ever ask me to funk in here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million.
M said he wouldn't mind losing if the winner truly had a better album. He was frustrated by the Grammys, trying to include him for viewership, but not truly recognizing him. They used his image and presence to get attention and then dismissed him, and didn't flinch when asked if he'd return or if he believed he could influence the outcome. He insists the whole system is rigged, and the votes don't really count.
Do you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings. Oh, this got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. Like, it ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to Lada Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's only Lada Dottie.
However, went even further, claiming Jay Z's success was more about his high-profile relationship than his music. He argued that Jay Z and Beyoncé are promised awards just for showing up, since their appearance boosts ratings. According to 50, talent isn't what drives the Grammys. It's public opinion and visibility. He reiterated his criticism of the industry, suggesting that Jay Z always ends up with awards, not because of the music, but because of connections. Then he changed the conversation, stirring even more controversy.
16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, 1. Right. You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things they would later. To me, I didn't care about the trophy.
From his perspective, the marriage between Jay Z and Beyoncé may no longer be based on love. He described it as a strategic partnership. He hinted that the power couple might be maintaining appearances to protect their influence. Jay Z's frustration flared again after an interview with Cameron following a talk with 50, who again accused him of manipulative tactics. Though 50 claimed Jay Z has nothing more to offer, he allegedly still violates agreements out of spite.
This contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Not just fucking trophies. Those fucking trophies came running in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I remember you said, if you look at that, I look at you. Wow. Oh, wow. They're gonna let us die, just. Oh, that's good. Come on, I didn't show up. Oh, God. 10 since he been down. He had one, bro. Hard knock life. You're not wrong. It was 6 times. You got drinking. Fix the cup.
Wait a minute. His success is derived from the marriage.
I've absolutely been treated different.
The accolade, because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position.
It's troubling that Jay Z has been accused of undermining people due to envy and control. And these views aren't just held by people close to 50. These stories go back decades. Jay Z has long been accused of demeaning his peers. Fans still wonder about the truth behind Big L's death and whether Jay Z's rise was clean. Big L, a Harlem legend who helped introduce Jay Z to a wider audience, had signed with Columbia Records in 1992 and made a powerful debut. But within a year, Columbia dropped him, citing promotional issues.
With the Super Bowl, because he like, yeah, guys, doing some wild shit. Because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me, and I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't I have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team? But they got an issue with my performance, right?
Jay Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened.
Yeah,
possibly.
Not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from, like, our culture is competitive, man. It's, it is.
But the story runs deeper. Big L didn't give up. He launched his own label, Flamboyant Entertainment, and was preparing to drop a second album when Dame Dash showed interest in signing him and his team. Right before a potential deal, tragedy struck. Big L was killed in a drive by shooting in Harlem. The incident shocked the community. Though his childhood friend Gerard Woodley was arrested, he wasn't convicted due to lack of evidence.
Yeah? I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
Wow.
He was the one that put Jay Z on. Jay Z was the last person to see Big L alive. His death made it possible for Reasonable Doubt to live.
Whoa.
Lee himself was later shot and killed in Harlem in 2016. The mystery around Big L's murder still hasn't been fully addressed. Industry insiders like Jaguar Wright have made bold claims that Jay Z might know more than he lets on. She said Jay Z's silence is suspicious And Big L isn't the only name with controversy tied to Jay Z. DNX, another hip-hop icon, also reportedly called out Jay Z for working against him before he passed under unclear circumstances.
Everything was good. You know, I go to do a 6th album, and, you know, Jay Z became president. Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, Mace is running the building, like, yo, you good? Finished the album, shoot the video. So what happened? Go on vacation and, you know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single?
O'Clock Jay-Z spoke about DNX on LeBron's show, saying the energy was always right when X appeared, even during his struggles. But loyal DNX fans know there's more to the story.
You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off.
For his death, DNX claimed Jay-Z blocked the release of his 6th album out of rivalry, not industry issues. Things shifted when Larry Cohen left Def Jam in 2004 and Jay-Z became president. Though DNX had 5 back-to-back #1 albums from 1998 to 2003, his relationship with the label changed drastically after that. DNX believed the new leadership turned the label against him.
I think one man could destroy another man's life. It's ultimately in your own decisions. You know, I had a lot of issues. Like I said, legal issues at the time. And, you know, my mind wasn't where I'm at now today. Like, I used to have questions like, why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on time. He would let me breathe right before me, like I was always close. And I never understood that every single album that I dropped.
He said Jay-Z once again delayed his 6th album, Year of the Dog, to avoid direct competition. DNX felt Jay-Z was creating a clear path for himself, favoring his own artists like Redman.
Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please.
And it wasn't just DNX. Beanie Saito felt the same. His career was on the rise, and he was becoming one of the label's most promising talents. Then things started to go wrong. According to Beanie and his team, Jay-Z feared he might be outshined. Rumor has it Jay-Z started interfering with Beanie's releases.
But that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control it. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay Z and Beyoncé. I know you. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't.
It didn't stop there. Allegedly, Jay-Z scheduled his own album drops around Beanie's to steal the spotlight. Beanie's team also said they were restricted in promoting his songs, making it difficult to succeed. Some may say these are just personal grievances, but when so many respected names tell similar stories about one individual, you have to wonder if there's more behind it.
Where you been, A-Marie?
I've been out in
Talk about your career. Everybody always says A-Marie should have been a superstar. Because she's pretty, she can dance, she can sing. What? What do you think?
What it is?
West, who once called Jay-Z family, later changed his tune. He hinted at feeling unsafe after years of loyalty. For Kanye, it wasn't just about personal drama. It was about betrayal and fear. He later accused Jay Z and Beyoncé of being tools of the industry, following instructions to hold their positions.
Magazine.
On to Beyoncé. Publicly known as a symbol of empowerment, she has been accused of quietly sidelining other female artists seen as competition. One major story involves jealousy toward the late Aaliyah, not just over her fame, but personal history. Dame Dash claims Jay-Z pursued Aaliyah before dating Beyoncé, but Aaliyah didn't reciprocate.
When you buck, they buck harder, and they make threats, and those threats are huge ones.
and you know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice.
In 2001, Beyoncé made her relationship with Jay Z public. Very soon after Aaliyah's tragic and still mysterious plane crash. Yet even after Aaliyah's passing, Beyoncé allegedly kept targeting other rising stars. Following her departure from Destiny's Child, rumors swirled.
Destroy anyone who speaks out against you. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career.
Beyoncé's hit Crazy in Love was compared to Amerie's 2005 banger One Thing. They both worked with the same producer, Rich Harrison, and it's said Beyoncé pulled him away from Amerie. Then came the well-known tension with Carrie Hilson. It allegedly began with a letter from Carrie to Beyoncé, which she later said was orchestrated by producers to spark drama and get her blacklisted. Things escalated fast. Carrie was pressured online, and in 2020, she revealed she faced serious threats. The situation became overwhelming. To make matters worse, Uncle Ron, a former celebrity bodyguard who passed away from illness in late 2023, also spoke out before his death. He claimed Beyoncé and Jay Z intentionally pushed artists out of the spotlight to climb the ranks. As someone from the inside, he said too many names have been sidelined by the Carters to ignore. Some still call it jealousy. But when artists like 50 Cent and Eminem speak out, it's harder to dismiss. What do you think? Are Beyoncé and Jay Z intentionally silencing the competition? Or is this all just speculation and conspiracy? Let us know in the comments. We're reading them all.